Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So we are going to import and export data in Microsoft Excel. So we can import different things using Microsoft Excel with different file types. And you would get different ways in which you can open files. They want all of these to be opened in the same workbook. Usually you can open anything if you just go to open, browse, and you just go to your file, source files, and currently it's just looking for Excel files, but you can type in all files. And now I can open anything that I want. So I can open this txt file, which is what they want us to do, and you can also open a Microsoft Access document, which they also want us to do. So you can still insert all of these things if you just use open. But the thing is, they said we have to do this all in the same workbook. Okay, so it says, oh, I need to have an extra sheet. So what we are going to do is we're going to use the data in the data tab in the ribbon, and we're just going to say get data, and we're going to insert the text because that was our first instruction over here. I think we can close this book one. We'll do that a bit later, but you'll see that we have to open that file over there. So I'm just clicking on it. I'm going to import it, and depending on the version you have, just make sure you have the comma separated values and make sure that you have the option that the first row is the headers. So I know there are different versions of Microsoft Excel, but in essence this is all that you have to do. So we just say load, and it will give me a really nice summed up version of this, which is really nice. Already puts in filters that I can choose. But what we have to do is they say the file has data headers in the first row. The date of birth should be in data format with no time. Okay, so you can see there is time in these. So you can just go here and say short date, or you can say long date, or if you want to go insert specific things about the date, you can choose different formats there, or you can just right click and say format cells, and you get the same option over there, but usually this is nice and fast. Then the other thing is they say the charge should be in currency. So charge, here is charge. Just make sure this is general currently. You can change it into a currency and numbers, but just make it currency, and you can also go format what type of currency you want it to be as. So for now, just keep it pounds, or you can keep it whatever you want. They didn't specify. Then they say use the find and replace option. So if you don't know where that is, it's over here, find and replace. And replace 1 with yes and 0 with no in the weekends over here. So this just means no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes. Okay, you get it. You can also press Control F, and then you get the find option, and you can also replace. If you do not have these options here at the bottom, it just means by default yours is just going to replace the simple versions over here. So just say options, and then we say please look for all the zeros, replace them with no, and maybe search by column, because we want just this version, all these values in the column down. And just to make sure, just make sure that it finds most of them. Okay, it sees, and we just say replace all. So you can see all the zeros have been turned to no. You don't have to close this because we still need to find all the ones, and those we replace with yes, and we just say replace all. There we go. So we have changed the data, and that is what they wanted us to do. Now they say within the spreadsheet software, so within this one here, open our Microsoft Access worksheet. So that's the .accdb, which is Access Databases. Okay, so it's a type of database. So it's from a database. I'm going to open a Microsoft Access document. All that happens when you click on this, it just changes this automatically. So if you said open from a file, from a workbook, it's going to look for Excel files. If you say here open from a text file, it's going to say look for all the text files. So it's just really nice to have that, because it kind of like filters all your, if you see here, if I say all files, you can see there's a lot of files in here. But I just wanted to show me all the Access databases, and there's only one, so it makes it easier to use. So you just open it, and then it's going to ask you which tables you want to put in. So you have car, instructor, learner, lesson, and we had to import the learner table. So I put the learner, say load. It's going to give me a preview of how it will look like. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so they didn't say we have to change anything over here. The next one is we need to try and open 8.50 lessons.doc. Okay, usually if you want to open a Windows doc or a Google, Microsoft Word document, you just go to data and then from file, and then you can just say from text file. So usually that should work. So if you open this and you open the lesson one, it's gonna give us an error, okay, because it's not been formatted correctly. It doesn't have the, see if, I don't think it will allow us to open this. So we just say close and we keep it, and you'll see it will give us an error. This query didn't return any columns Microsoft Excel can use. So you can see here they said it won't be able to recognize how to import this data. It is essential to ensure that the data being imported is structured in a way that the spreadsheet software can understand it. Now, it does that by using rows of data and separating columns with special symbols such as a comma. So the data on that worksheet just is not right. So this is all you have to submit. So just submit this whole Excel sheet, and I will mark how you have done that. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.